And good morning. Welcome to the Morning Buzz with Jimmy. It's 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm here. I'm sober. I'm awake. Things are good. I want to welcome everybody to the first episode of this show. I guess we'll call it. Yeah, it's number one. It's the pilot. All right. Well, we should have wore the goggles with the leather helmet. Like the old school pilot. I actually was able to get a guest for my first show, and I was very proud of it. And it's a local guy that I've known for a very long time. He does all kinds of entrepreneurial shit. Like, he's got it going on. But let's bring him in here if we can. Here, everybody. This is Brad Woodring.
How you doing?
Good. How are you today?
Good, man.
Brad is the DJ for Mustard Studios and also runs and operates Woodring's Paintings and more.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
Absolutely.
what? First off, Mustard Studios, you guys kick ass, man, for helping us out with the videos and stuff. Like,
yeah.
that was very nice of you.
That's a lot of Aaron's doing. He's the video guy.
He's like you guys like pinking the brain or something. Not that you're pinky, but you know what I mean.
I guess you could look at it that way.
We'll give you a better duo. I'll think of one. I'll think of one. Aaron can be Colonel Sanders, and I don't know what you can be yet, but you'll be something better than Colonel Sanders. Yeah. But what do you like at Mustard Studios? What exactly do you do there?
I DJ events, actually.
Like weddings,
private parties, and really, if you need us to play music, we'll work with you most of the time.
Oh, really? Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Man.
absolutely.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very cool. What was I going to say there? Just totally lost it. There I go already. But this is like the usual. People get used to this. But like you said about DJing and stuff. Like, how long have you been doing that for there? No.
Let's see, 2 years, I think. Going on 2.5 now, maybe.
Yeah. No, it probably wasn't weird for you being like the stage for part of it. Wasn't.
No, the microphones kind of always came.
Yeah. No.
To me.
Yeah.
But
not to interrupt you, but for anybody that doesn't know, Brad played drums, and actually Brad and I played a show at the Roland Theater in Phillipsburg on, what was it? Let me look at the date here. April 5th, 2003.
Oh, yeah.
It was the Roland Theater presents Shut Up and Play. Brad was in a band called Idle Insanity, and my band actually at the time, we headlined that, didn't we? Yeah. We had my band Death Rattle headlined it at that time. But Brad played drums in that, and Brad is also one hell of a singer and used to sing for the band This End Up.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. And dude, that actually surprised me a lot about you, because like I always knew you as a drummer, and then one night I think you guys were playing maybe the Carpathian.
Maybe, yeah.
And I walked in, and I want to say like Jackson sweatily hugged me for like 10 minutes, And,
he was around a lot.
Yeah. He made me all soaking wet, with sweat. And then
that's big guys sweat a lot.
Yeah. No, I used to be one of those.
I'll tell you what gets me is like when you come off stage, and like you're just an hour playing, you know what I mean? And people come up to you and you're like, "Oh, come give me a hug," and I'm like, you really don't want to do that right now. I am soaking wet.
It's always after the third set. The third set hug, it's like, do you want to smell like old booze, cigarettes, and sweat?
And everybody wants to tell you bye. Yeah, so they're definitely hugging.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Like you personally wrote them an invitation to each show. And not that you don't appreciate them coming, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a great time.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah. But no, dude, when I first saw you sing, or heard you sing, I guess both, like your stage presence and everything, it surprised the shit out of me. Like dude, you very like I said, the transition from the drummer to that, I was just like, holy shit, he's got it going on.
I always wanted to be a singer, but drums came more natural for me at first, I guess.
Yeah, dude, you just, you're very charismatic on stage. Like, you have a very good stage presence.
I like to perform. Like, I like to put a show on. I don't like to just sit back and look like I'm doing something. I want to actually be doing something. Yeah,
and nobody wants to watch the guy standing there doing this. You know what I mean?
No, not at all. You got to work the crowd.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure I seen you naked walking around the bar one time. Right?
one time.
Yeah.
I used to be into full frontal.
You were
a
new drummer, right? Yeah.
Back in the day, Ruckus's first couple of years.
Yeah, that's
maybe.
right. You were a drummer for Ruckus too.
I actually had a lot of bars be like, you take one bit of clothing off or call the cops. I'd be like, yeah, nothing to worry about.
You actually got warned for that?
Oh yeah. There was a bar down in Chester Hill there was very big on telling me,
With
"Do not."
the one with the B began with the K.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I got in trouble in there a few
I
times
used to
too.
get in trouble a lot there, a
Yeah.
lot, yeah.
They did not like loud guys that played punk rock and like,
No, no.
no, I always
The
said,
hotel in Osceola, when the last owners
yeah,
owned it,
yeah.
they were very free willing to let me
They
do what I
were
wanted to do there. Like,
yeah,
it was
they were very lenient as far as what we could
yeah.
do and say too, man. Like
Nowadays, you'd definitely get arrested for some of the stuff we got away
y-
with playing on
y-
stage on.
yeah, yeah. Even some of
It's
the stuff I used to say, you know what I mean? Like,
oh, yeah,
and I always
yeah.
said, like, what's the worst thing to do in the world is give the loudest guy in the bar a fucking microphone. You know?
Absolutely, yeah, yeah.
Like, I'm already
I think
performing
that's what
without it.
got me into singing. I was always the loud guy, so everybody's like, "He's got a little bit of pipes," and then
Yeah.
I guess my dad did me good and listened to Iron Maiden when I was a kid, I
There
guess.
you
I
go,
don't
man.
I don't know.
I was just listening to an unreleased RKL song, and it was funny because he's like we made it in Goleta, which is in California, and he's like, and it sounds like Iron Maiden. He's like, so we're gonna call it Maiden Goleta.
That's awesome.
It just
That's
kind of
great.
made me laugh. But oh my god, what were we getting at? But your other business, the painting and more, like
Yeah.
what exactly do you guys do? And you,
We do all kinds of stuff, man. Tell you the truth, we paint and drywall is our specialty,
mhm.
but
Now,
really
is
we
this a big team or is this just
uh I got I got two guys that
okay?
I got two subs that work for me and do some work when I have it for them and stuff. But we really try to tackle on any kind of
Anything
any job we
yeah,
really can.
if
If we know how to do it, we will tell you we can.
nice.
And that's especially like apartment stuff. Like if you have a hole and you're trying to save your security deposit, like get a hold of me. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
there
We'll
you
come
go.
fix you up. We're drywall specialists.
There you go.
So
And I'll actually post a way to get a hold of Brad. Do you have a
yeah.
page or anything like that right
I
now?
got Woodring's painting and more on Facebook, and
Okay, I'll actually put that on the Facebook
I
page
think
tonight then.
Monday I'm actually
Yeah, you
gonna
were saying about
launch my
rebranding.
Google account, which Mustard Studios. Aaron did a great job on my commercial myself. He did two of them for me so far, and it's just
Did you build your own website?
not yet. No,
Not yet?
I'm working on.
And listen,
Actually, I'm trying to get Aaron to get
listen,
on that.
listen.
So
He talked me into doing it, and then he pushed me into doing it myself.
yeah,
And like I sat there for days, kind of non-focused and mind fucked a little bit.
yeah,
And finally, I had my enlightening or whatever a couple Saturdays ago, dude. I sat down and, like I said, up till 6 months ago, I hadn't used a computer in 15
yeah.
years.
Oh, it's
Brad, I knocked that out in 3 hours.
wow.
Like,
That's great.
you've seen the website. I mean, I think it looks all right for
Absolutely,
3 hours.
man.
You know,
Yeah,
like the
I
buttons and
was
everything
over
work.
there looking at it.
Yeah,
Like I said, I love everything you do. I listen
no,
into everything. So
and dude, I greatly appreciate it. And for anybody that doesn't know, Brad actually, I called me the other night, and I wanted to bring this up, and just gave me the kind of the inspirational the Duke. I always go with Duke instead of Mickey because I thought Duke was a better trainer throughout the whole Rocky films, and I'll stick by that.
yeah,
But yeah, he was through the whole ones, dude. He
yeah,
did
I
Apollo,
agree.
you know
I
what I
agree.
mean? Like he's putting hurting bombs in the
Yeah,
6 foot.
yeah.
Yeah. But like you gave me an inspirational speech, and I appreciated that, man.
Yeah,
Like
anytime, man.
it's nice to
That's
hear that people actually do give a shit about what
absolutely, man. You're good at what you do.
Well,
So I mean,
I'm trying to
when
get
you're
better.
good, you got to tell people you're good at it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
no, and I appreciate it. I'm trying to get better.
Sending some love. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Now as far as Mustard Studios goes, like obviously with all this stupid pandemic bullshit,
Yeah.
do you guys like still getting stuff booked, or
We got a lot of weddings coming up
you
in
still
the
do?
spring, summer, and fall.
No, mostly does like
Um,
stay outdoors for the most part.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most of it
Okay.
is out. Like we're kind of missing the bar scene and the weekend gigs right now. We're a
Yeah.
little slow because of bars being what they are right now, but we're
I actually
working.
missed seeing you
We're
guys.
about to work on stuff to help us get back into the bar scene and stuff. So it's cool, man.
Yeah, I was actually talking to Aaron. It was I think it was just this week. It was actually when Eric Butow sent me the music for this. And thanks, Eric, by the way, appreciate it. But, Aaron was, saying about some of the things he had lined up for what you were just saying, and,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
dude, I was fucking impressed. I was like, "Wo like, wow, man," like, 'cause he's talking podiums and shit. I was like, "My god, man."
God blows my mind every time I go over there and hang out.
yeah, like,
It's great.
I am gonna call him the brain, like, you know
He's
what I mean?
he's always thinking, always trying to
Think big, man, like
revamp everything all the time, man. It's
yeah,
insane how that guy's mind is going.
and honestly, the day I was
He
gonna
makes me tired, dude. Like, just watching him think about it sometimes. Like,
well, like, the day I was gonna quit, he sent me it was just like, "Make a plan, stay positive." So, it was 5 things, and honestly, man, I read that, I'll bet you 8 to 10 times that day,
oh yeah,
and, like, was going back and forth in my head, and finally, like, reading that was the thing that was like, "You know what? He's right." Like,
oh
keep going, you
absolutely.
know what I mean? And I'm
Yeah,
glad he
you want to
did.
do some business stuff.
Mm.
He's definitely a good businessman and he does very good at what he does.
Yeah,
So
and now he's a hell of a fisherman too.
I guess so, man.
Yeah,
He surprised me out of nowhere with that one, but he's really good
dude,
getting at it, man.
yeah,
I
I'm
guess
on
it's
Instagram, and he's some, like, he went in some sort of and I'm like, "When the what,"
all my
like,
friends fish, man. Like
really?
it's weird. Like yeah, all my friends are into fishing.
I do
I
not.
I don't either, man. And it's like
I'm not a woodsy guy, man.
I am. I am. I like to hike and stuff, but
I'll
I'm not
walk
a
around.
fisherman. I like to hunt and stuff, but
Yeah,
not so
see,
much fishing. But
and I
my
hate
kids are asking, so I think
yeah.
it'll come this year. I feel.
I
I keep
always
telling them I'll get a license. You know.
yeah, I went hunting 2 years with my dad when I was 12 and 13. My first year, I just froze. I didn't see anything.
Yeah.
Second year, we're in this field, and I'm free, dude, the wind's ripping, and I'm in this huge field sitting under this, like, bush, you know what I mean? So,
Oh yeah.
cold, I'm like,
Oh yeah.
"Oh." Finally, I go back up to the truck, probably, like, 10 in the morning, didn't see anything, and I'm like, "Alright, I'll get warm." I'm like, "I'm going out for a walk." I get about 10 steps out of the truck, well, there's a buck, and, like,
Oh
3
yeah.
doe or whatever, dude. Well, I'm like hip shotting like I'm fucking Rambo or something. The buck's already in the woods and I'm still firing shots. And my dad's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I like threw the gun down when I was done and I was so
Oh
sick.
yeah.
Like, if I would have shot one of those, I think right now I'd have still been like horrified by it. And I never
Yeah.
ever hunted again. I think I could kill a person before I could hurt an animal. And
There's
that's
been
horrible.
many, many times where I'm like, it's just not worth hunting anymore. It's cold all the time.
And
But
dragging it and I like jerky, man. I like jerky, but man, that's a lot of work.
yeah,
Yeah.
I do it. My dad's really into it, so
If you have
I
somebody to
really
do it,
do
I
it.
can see.
You know, my
Yeah.
son's starting to pick it up. My daughter does it, so it's kind of something a family tradition
Yeah, and
kind
my
of
like,
deal.
dad
You
and I
know?
still went to camp, and we cooked and did all that, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
We just didn't go
absolutely.
out and hunt, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? And that my favorite part was drinking beer with everybody anyway, you know?
most of the time that
Yeah.
is the
I
best part.
do not like how they switched that around in Pennsylvania, like, with the hunting on Saturday and stuff now. I like the weekend build up to the Monday. I enjoyed that more, I
I
think.
agree. Like it was a time to get together with your family,
That's what I mean,
shoot your
you camp
guns
hopped
in,
and
kind of
yeah.
have fun. Now it's just so rushed. I feel like, bam, it's here.
Well,
You
like,
know what I mean?
you get off work Friday, you go to camp, and bam, you're waking up and going hunting basically,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, oh yeah.
And
Can't get
that's
2 hangovers in
no,
before you go.
no, no. You should be like by
Yeah,
Monday morning. You should be like profusely pouring booze out of your body
absolutely,
if you've
yes.
done it right.
Yeah, if you do it right, yeah,
Yes, yes,
yeah.
absolutely. So, when you rebrand this, how are you? How do you plan on like launching? As far as like, are you gonna put it on Facebook? Obviously.
Facebook, I'm going to launch the commercials on Facebook on Monday. And then also, if you go over to Google, you'll be able to find me on Google
Okay.
as of, I'm pretty sure Monday it'll be going down for an absolute. But the commercials that Musser Studios did will be on
Well, yeah,
that pages too,
yeah, and
actually.
well, I will definitely share those for you and
Yeah,
whatnot.
absolutely. Yeah.
Um,
Thank you.
Yeah, no, dude, thank you for the comment on. Brad was also one of the first people that got back to me too. And like I said, I wanted to do local stuff too. And like,
Absolutely. It's good what you're doing, man.
like
Absolutely,
I
man.
said, I just wanted to help, man. Like, and especially like, just so happened I talked to you and you're like, oh, I'm rebranding Monday. Like, oh, we're airing this Saturday. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
well,
Yeah.
today, I guess in the recording world, it's Saturday, but
Yeah.
in our world, it's not
Couple of
Saturday.
days before.
Yeah. It's one of those days, dude. I actually have to ask a lot of the time, like, what day it is, like, ever since I got laid off. Well,
Uh,
actually, ever since, like, November, like, I don't.
Business is going pretty good to the point where I can definitely forget the days and stuff, man. Definitely forget the days and stuff. But that's the part of owning a business. You're
Oh,
always on the go, always doing stuff, so it's good stuff.
yeah, and I'm sure, like, not to mention on the go and stuff, like, your job wouldn't stop, like, you know what I mean? You're thinking about it at home, you know what I mean? Like,
I got
you're
3 kids, buddy.
that's what I was gonna say,
My job never
you're
stops.
trying to raise a family, you're doing, like, you know what I mean? In the back of your head, that business shit's still there, you know what I mean? And
Always,
you're
man.
trying to remember stuff, like,
Always.
you're probably one ran down some bitch most days,
Some
huh?
days,
Yeah,
yeah,
some days.
I'm a pretty big hustler, try to get myself out there.
I mean, dude, you obviously keep busy, and that's like because I think we were saying before we went on air, like I bet you some weekends you just go or some weeks you go 7 days a week with
Oh,
weddings and
yeah, I
everything
had a
else.
lady the other day call me and ask me if she could get some painting done by, like, 2 days after she called me, and I'm like, "I'll be there tonight." Like,
Eh,
you gotta do what you gotta do, make your customers happy.
no, and that's how you get
So
customers,
yeah,
man. Like,
absolutely,
you know
man.
what I mean? They're not going to forget the guy that was like, "Yeah, I'll be right there." You
Yeah,
know?
absolutely, and it's great. I got a lot of support behind me too. Like the family, they understand that dad's out there making life
Yeah.
better for them. It's great.
No, that's cool, man. Yeah, because that definitely makes things tough when you don't have the support. You know what I mean? Because even with
Oh,
this whole thing I'm starting, I'm getting like my family just kind of turns their head, like when like a dog, you make a funny whistle and the dog gives you the side of
oh
its head.
yeah,
Yeah, that
yeah,
kind of like, yeah, I'm
no,
doing this, this, and this. I already got this, and this, and they're like,
yeah, buddy. Yep,
I'm like,
and
well,
it's
whatever. Take me seriously or don't. Like you'll see.
yeah.
You know what I
Oh,
mean?
hence being naked in the middle of a bar. I used to
Yeah,
love to turn heads, man.
yeah,
But
that's exactly, exactly.
now that I'm a little in my 30s, it's a little less turning heads and trying to get more of a
Yeah,
business aspect.
right, right. No, and that's like, yeah, believe me, you've seen some of the things I did, man. I mean, I had a whole bar doing Thriller one night at freaking. Well, actually, Aaron and I both did.
Absolutely, I've
Yeah,
heard that.
yeah.
I think from you and him actually.
That was probably one of the most epic things ever. Another thing Aaron pulled one time. This when we were talking about the dude that I lived with over at
Yeah,
State
yeah,
College.
yeah,
Okay, Aaron and I had went out. Aaron, do you remember when he had that Camaro? That
yes,
red, okay.
yeah.
Aaron had that red Camaro, and we went out to the saloon. And at that time, and I don't even know if they still do this. I haven't been in the saloon probably since I lived over there. But at that time, Monkey Boys were $10,
Oh yeah,
but from 8 to 10, they were $5.
yep.
So,
I
what the
went Wednesdays.
yeah, okay. Okay. Saturday, dude, we went and seen Body and Soul every Saturday.
Uh,
Same band.
Emily's Toy Box was mine Wednesday
Right.
nights.
Body and Soul was such a weird thing for Aaron and I too, because it was like 80s music with a chick singing, but like you'd pour
Huh.
the pitcher of beer down her husband who's playing guitar. You know what I mean? Like he's drinking, like
Oh yeah.
they'd let you on stage and sing. Like it
Oh,
was a
that's
good
cool.
college, good time. But so the one night, dude, I drank 5 of them. I drank 5 bong water
Yeah.
Monkey Boys.
Oh,
I
they're
was
the best ones.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, I was
Yeah.
blacked out.
Oh yeah.
Aaron and I go back, and there's like where we were parking, like for our apartment, there was like a flower bed with like a median.
Yeah.
Instead of dodging that, he fucking launches it, dude. And he came like this close to like going right through some of the side of somebody's car.
Ooh.
Like we woke up in the morning and saw where the tire tracks and everything stopped, and it was like, oh my
Oh, there's a lot of them mornings.
yeah,
The
yeah.
older you get, the more you think about what you did.
Dude, I remember there's many times, I'm sure this has happened to everybody too, waking up and just seeing if your car's out there. Like,
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh my goodness. So,
Yep.
yeah.
I
Being,
woke up with my pants completely backwards, wondering what happened. Like,
you probably lost a lot of pants.
more underwear.
More
Yeah, I
underwear.
think so. Yeah.
I mean,
I always kept my pants right beside my drums, so
yeah,
it's
good
always
thinking.
easy to.
Yeah, because at least you had those. You could at least be semi-warm,
Yeah, it
if you-
started. I think Dave Plisco actually with Vent dressed me
I
up one
forgot all
New
about
Year's.
that, man.
One
I-
New Year's, I was a baby New Year's, and I think that's what kicked it all off, and it just went further and further, and then I was like, man, I'm gonna get arrested for this. I need to stop this stuff. So it was kind of an enlightening thing when I was like, oh no. Actually, a kid at the hotel one time had a light outside of it. And I thought it was the cops. So I was like scurrying for clothes. I was like, oh no. Now, mind you, I was in my 20s too.
Right,
So
right.
it was a
No.
little, this growing period.
When we did that, we did that benefit for Kelsey Burnsworth. I think it was in 2010. Up at the hotel.
Yep.
I'll never forget. It was getting later in the night. It was either the second to last band, the band's playing, and I remember this dude flying past on a 4-wheeler. I mean, like
Oh, yeah.
booming past. He's doing a wheelie. Okay, he gets to the light at the top of the hill. that he flips the four-wheeler on top of him.
Oh,
Who's across the street? But a state cop, dude. Flips his lights on
oh,
and literally
man.
drives across the street and arrests him. I was like, talking
Uh,
about bad
gotta love
timing.
it. Gotta
Like,
love it.
like I,
That's like Osceola though. Like you can, there's good times there, or there's like times that just you. Oh, there's a cop. You know what I mean? So it's
Chris Kutches and I won. Well, it was the fifth at this point. It started on the fourth, obviously, when the fourth was still a thing.
yeah, yeah.
It was the fifth, probably like 5 in the morning. But two cop stadies drove literally up the sidewalks to the monument because we had a keg at the monument and we
Oh
were still
yeah.
drinking. Yeah, we had. To go.
Oh,
It was time for us to go home.
there's
Apparently.
been a lot of good times in Osceola during
Yeah.
the fourth.
I know. It's sad to go there these days and like not see any kids or anything in the park like it used to be, you know, because
Yeah.
dude, it got wild. I remember having firework battles, and I mean, just
Uh,
things got
there's a
wild.
lot of small town stuff that's disappearing. I feel like
Yeah,
it's I
I
don't
don't.
know, a whole different realm
I don't
nowadays.
think kids even like go out and like do woods fires or like woods parties anymore.
I
Though.
can't wait till the weather breaks so I can
Oh,
have a woods fire at my
yeah,
house. Like me and my
seriously.
wife have been waiting for the snow to drop.
Now,
So
my family's been on my dad's side anyway, and my brother, they've been happy. They snowmobile a lot, and like I want to say in the
oh, it's
last
a good year for that, buddy.
dude, in the last 5 years, I think they won 8 times. This year alone, I think they got to go 10 times.
Oh, I'm sure,
Like,
yeah.
yeah, it was definitely a fair trade off. And my dad's all going off like, "Oh, it's over," and I'm like, yeah, "I don't, you still might get one good one
Might
yet."
get
It's, I
one
mean,
more
it's
good
early
fresh
March.
batter, you know.
Yeah, it's
Might.
early March. But dude, I want to thank you one more time for coming on and everything. You know, dude,
I
the
appreciate it,
words,
man.
and I greatly
Appreciate it.
appreciate it. Keep an eye out on Monday, either my page or follow Brad's. I'll put that up on mine tonight. For all his new rebranding and everything. And if you need anything, he's your guy. Um,
Absolutely.
and we will talk to you soon. Hopefully, you come
Yeah.
back on sometime, maybe.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to, man. Anytime.
Good deal. Well, we'll talk to you soon.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you. And I want to thank you for watching, listening, whatever you did. Thanks to my boy Nick for at Slow Boat for producing this thing. Of course, Muster Studios, Weller Creations, all those guys. And you know the drill. You buy the ticket, you take the ride. We'll see you next week.